about what's trending on social media, and of course, talking about the state and affairs of the country. And today I have two amazing guests to discuss what we have for today. I'm going to start from one person who has been on Zoom most times, and I feel like sometimes when he's on Zoom, he does not have ample time to, say what is his heart, but is here today because of the holidays and he had to come through for us to be on the show. So I'm going to be introducing Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to Eid Mubarak.
Yes. Happy holidays again. All right, so we have our regular favorite in the house always. It is the Chief Dodgy of, I don't know if he's dropping the chief this time around again. You have dropped it? Okay.
Until things become normal in this
Well, I just had to ask.
Things have not become. Until things have become, then you can call me Chief.
Okay, we have Godji of us in the house. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Blossom. I'm so happy to.
Can you really do the
No, I'm just, Barrister, there's something that happened if you are given something and you find out that the situation of the place is not conducive for you to carry that title all about. Just to show a bit of humility and associate with your people. You should live a bourgeois kind of life and focus on the upliftment of the common people. Me answering Chief when people are so hungry, it looks like there's a clear demarcation from me and them. Oh, this is a chief. Is a chief? No. Please, at this point, I said I'm a common man, God, you say. I want to identify with my people. There is so much hunger in the land. It's only on pages of newspaper I am hearing that the foodstuffs are coming down. And my wife keeps taxing me, keep collecting money from me, telling me when he comes back, he say, this is what I buy, this. So when I compare that to what is happening on the newspaper, it's a complete aberration, Barrister. And I'm not saying this to make some people feel bad, but I'm saying that things are very tough. 100,000 naira in the past, and I still remember 2006. I was earning as a reporter. I was earning 55,000. 2016, as a reporter, I don't want to mention the name of the newspaper. I was earning 55,000, and 55,000 naira with me, my wife, and my son was enough for us. And my daughter, because my daughter was given birth to 2014. So today, 55,000 naira is nothing. Completely, absolutely nothing. That's how bad the situation is. Maybe things are looking up a little, but something should be done to help the naira so that whatever we earn, we can actually have a good livelihood.
Okay, all right. Well, we're not talking about livelihood today, but it's very important to explain to Barrister Tunji why you're actually dropping the name.
I'm not dropping, stepping aside.
Okay, you're stepping aside. Oh. You see? All right, right. Okay, anyways, we have our viewers joining us. Of course, you can be part of the show. There'll be a number displayed below your screen. TV Mano, please display the number where you can call in and you can send text messages. And of course, please, while you're calling, make sure you indicate your name and where you're calling from. Then if you are sending a text message, make sure you indicate your name and where you are texting from. Okay, so we'll just go over to what we have for today. Now, the first topic is Fubara denies Nwaeke's allegations. And of course, we have the former head of the Rivers State Civil Service, Dr. George Nwaeke, has accused suspended Governor Fubara of ordering the bombing of the State House of Assembly complex in 2023 to prevent his impeachment by lawmakers loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Ms. Nwaeke. Fubara has, however, denied the allegation, asking Nigerians to disregard it. Nwaeke, who recently resigned as the head of service, made this revelation during a news briefing on Friday. He claimed to have witnessed a bag of money being handed to a former leader of the assembly, who later became Fubara's chief of staff, Edison Ehi, to attack the assembly complex along Moscow Road, Wotaket. Well, I'm supposed to read what he said, and but there is a video to that. So let's quickly listen to the video. Then, of course, we get a reaction analysis of this topic. Emmanuel, please, can you play the video? We'll be right back.
As head of service, I was the next in command, so I'm not speaking as an outsider or as a novice. I'm speaking as an insider and as someone that has much information. If not for the intervention of Mr. President, Nigeria would have faced the worst economic sabotage and Rivers State would have been in flames. And by extension, other neighboring states, because of the level of insider destruction that I saw. First, it all started with the State House of Assembly, where the governor, Sir Fubara, directed his chief of staff to burn down the assembly in a way to avert the suspected impeachment. That evening, Edison was in government house with many of his boys, including the former chairman of Obiakwo, one Mr. Chijoke. I was there with them when a bag of money was handed over to Edison for that operation, though I did not actually know what it was meant for or the amount inside. I want to tell Rivers people today, the House Assembly was complex. In Moscow Road was clearly brought down by the door of Edison and some of his cohorts. Under the instruction of the sitting governor, I challenged them to an open confrontation, and this will make us to throw more light on this. A day after that incident, I almost resigned, but I was very scared because I know the power of a sitting governor. And he knew that I'm aware of the whole plan and that I am discomforted with the unconscionable acts and deliberate posture of innocence and mien of a sheep. Another attempt was also made to destroy the residential quarters of the House of Assembly members, if not for the press conference that was made there by Rivers youths, Rivers elders, and National Assembly members. That would have been another barbaric demolition in Rivers State. I came to realize that they actually wanted to demolish that second building because after some weeks, he, the governor, personally told me, of others, that he knew that if he knew early, he would have gone to pull down the hall before visiting the residential quarters of the assembly, and that he didn't actually know what they had, that they had such a beautiful hall. The media was recaptured by paying heavily for airtime and returning the social media influencers and non-social critics in their payroll. I'm not aware of what this revelation means, but I'm doing this to free my conscience and warn those innocent persons that are used to sway public sentiment that there is more than meets the eyes in the Rivers matter. Sometimes I sleep over in government house. It has still becoming very uncomfortable when Governor Bala Mohammed and some other stakeholders started several natural visits to Rivers State. I recall that one of such visits, he told me that he would support Bala Mohammed for president or any other.
Okay, all right, welcome back. Well, you heard it from Dr. George, what he talked about as regards to Governor Fubara. Well, there's a lot to ask about, this video, but I'll just allow my guests to actually talk about this. So let me start with you, Chief. Okay, Dodi. What's your say? What do you think? Do you think this is a make-believe? Do you think this was?
First, I want to say that I'm very excited that we have a lawyer in the house to really unpack some of this, the legal angle to some of these things that is happening. For fear of promoting a brand, I would say Rivers State has become a Netflix, a season film, a series. That when you watch the first episode, you can't wait to watch the second episode to the end to know what actually happened. I think that's what the Rivers State is all about now. Like I've always said on this table, that when allegation is made, the other person must be able to defend himself. You don't just say that it's not true. The allegation is not true. The man was a part of the government of Fubara, and was the head of service. But I know head of service is in charge of, is responsible for civil servants. But I didn't know that head of service have so much power that he has to be in the meeting of the governor. Every meeting that the government want to share money or want to send for destruction. I didn't know that the head of service has assumed the power of security chiefs in the state, the commissioner of police, the commander battalion in the state, and the rest of it. But he has made very weighty allegations. Those allegations, if they are true, they are very indicting. That it should be very unbecoming of the sitting governor to order for a destruction of a facility in your state that you should be protecting. Secondly, Dr. George is not a medical doctor, so he's an academic doctor.
Yeah.
So I consider him a very sound mind, someone who knows what he's doing. If he's still in civil service, I don't think he should be 60, so he should have retired. So I consider him a man well below 60 for him to be in civil service and becoming the head of service, the #1 civil servant in the state. I feel that when people want to give an account of what they witness, what they have seen, there's no need for them to read it from a piece of paper. I mean, even if you want to read it, perhaps you can just highlight your thoughts so that it will be flowing. You don't need to write a speech. You resign from a very juicy job. I mean, that was an opportunity for you to stay put in that job and expose all the things, because at that point you have access to all the details that is still in your possession. After resignation, you went to a hotel in Abuja and gave a press conference. And I don't think, with the sole administrator in the state in Port Harcourt, I don't think you are under any security threat to be attacked for you not to call a proper press conference and explain your own side of the story. Right. All the thing that he's saying, he has not give account of his stewardship as a head of service in River State. He's talking about another person's jurisdiction, what the other person has done. He hasn't said for the last 2 years or thereabout, this is what I've done since I was appointed. This is the thing that I took to the governor for governor to apply for governor to approve for the welfare of the workers in the state. And this is what the governor said, which are something that you should have a document to show. So I am shocked that this issue may go the way of other several issues, or other several allegations that have been bantered in our society, in our country. I don't think, like you said, while Dr. Nwaeke was in Abuja, the wife on another video was in Port Harcourt screaming, "My husband has been kidnapped. My husband is all the whole thing. My husband is saying he's under duress. This is the text that he sent to me. This, and the rest of it." But whatever it is, let us know that we have a country to protect. Let us not, because today, like I said on this show, we are all here vilifying Abacha because Abacha is late. If Abacha was to be alive today, I know every presidential aspirant in this country would have gone to Kano to pay homage to him before he announces intention to contest as the president of this country. So please, whatever you are doing, let history be good to you in the future.
Okay, that being said, well, let's look at the legal activists. Legally, what do you think could be a problem to what Dr. George is trying to do? And do you think there's any implications for even Governor Fubara?
Firstly, before I go into that, let me just say this. If you look at the allegation against, these are not allegations that happened yesterday. Over a year.
Yeah.
And yes, he was part of that problem. He did not resign. He did not reveal anything. He did not tell us anything that happened. I saw most any conversation, but
within your right.
So I will not. So if you want to even prove by that, you can give an account of it. And full of contradiction. You said the thing happened here. The bag of money was handed over to them to go and destroy the House of Assembly. Yes, and he did not say anything. He kept quiet. And then he also said that he does not know what the bag was meant for and the money was meant for.
Yeah.
He said it was meant to go and destroy. You can see contradiction. He said he voluntarily resigned. And another part of it, he said that was why he was removed ahead of time. Look, this is very, very good. He said he was removed because of that, and yet he said he voluntarily resigned. So, and you see, I'm worried. The legal aspect I was looked at. In fact, today I sent something on my Facebook post asking questions as to why are the security agencies not invited this man. But I'm not aware he's been invited by any question.
Still in the
Somebody made that serious
allegation,
and it is not somebody who just merely call a wife of the governor or president something. He was detained and he was handed over. He was taken immediately and he was arrested. This man made serious allegations and he's really enjoying himself as telling them. I think so. The point is that the legal implication of he has made serious allegations, which must be investigated by the security agencies. They must invite people who have mentioned. The first point must call question first. Invite him, let him come and put it down in writing. Then if everybody, all those they have mentioned, invite them, let them come and also defend their own case. So it should not be a matter of press review and pages of newspaper discussion. But the way it is now, it appears a matter of newspaper or discussion.
It looks like a Okuta panel.
Yes, it looks like not even Okuta panel. It's even a formal panel. This one is just somebody coming up, come and say something. Somebody say something, you come back again and say something. Somebody who's alleged that kind of thing. I expect that he will have gone to the police or the security agencies. He laid down his position and then explain to them. He got to Abuja without his wife knowing about it. He has a He's in Abuja, he's able to hold the press, to head the press, conferences. He's not able to call and talk to his wife. I don't understand.
And the wife says he's been calling and it's fully switched off. But another angle, barrister, that he has said, what the man has said, which is very, very questionable for me, is that for him to say that he couldn't say those things because he knows the power of the governor. Okay, now, sitting government. Now, it looks like, does he now have a supernatural power to know that Fubara is not coming back? Because this is just a suspension. If this is for suspension in the first 6 months, is this act not tantamount to also causing further crisis in the state? When the president has said the idea of, announcing state of emergency on river was to ensure that the crisis will not.
Which crisis?
No, let us. That's what we were saying. Okay, we did not tip over the board, right? So this kind of utterances, is they not capable enough to cause further disunity and crisis in the state? Because, for instance, you are saying that all the things that happened, all the bad things that happened in Rivers State was caused by the governor. Meanwhile, you sat in that administration as the head of service. You never utter a word. Meanwhile, you could have also gone.
He's the head of service.
He is not.
Is he a politician?
He is not. It's a professional appointment. Because you were in civil service, they appointed you as the oldest person and most qualified person at that time. You have to be given that appointment.
But he actually said he was scared.
But he could have also moved to Abuja, where he has the life to live, because now he said the governor is no longer in power. He's suspended, right? So why are you still running away from Port Harcourt? And now, if the governor comes back, what happened? Are you saying this so that you are aware that the governor will never come back from suspension? Is that an indefinite suspension? Is it part of the ploy? So we need to actually interrogate some of these things and make it look nice. Maybe some of these clips should be played. Dr. George should sit down, because at one point he said he's mentally fit. He should sit down and watch it over again. You will see a lot of loopholes in those prepared speech that he has. Because I always consider that if you are going to court as an eyewitness. You don't need to have a prepared. You don't need to have a prepared paper because it's you have already taken a mental note, date, time, place, people that were involved.
And this is a man that's very good in giving interview.
Yes.
I watched his interview where he was apologizing the governor. The same governor he said today that this is what he has done. And these things he has done, probably before he was appointed, or maybe after his appointment, at least I'm not about the
yes.
And he didn't say anything. He was apologizing the governor, he was speaking, not reading any paper. Just to now give an account
of what you witnessed, what part of it.
Like they gave back to somebody, money was given,
and that reading. That you don't need to read to flip. To flip.
You don't attempt to just look somebody and then. For me, I will not be surprised if the emergency continues to practice for a while. I will not be surprised.
I mean,
I will not be surprised.
I feel part of some of these things is to ensure some people get angry and started doing things. But I'm happy for the kind of peace and tranquility that is in River State as well. Despite all of these allegations, people are calm and a lot of things. Maybe, I don't know, barrister should tell me, when you are suspended, does the governor still have the ability?
You see all the things that happen are not covered by law.
Okay.
Anybody that's telling you this is the law, regarding those things. I think well, maybe I don't know the law enough. Because the law did not create a situation where there is no provision in our law regarding suspension of governor. There is no provision where it is stated that look, a governor can be suspended. So there is no anticipation in that regard. So there is no provision in that constitution to that regard. The state of emergency, yes, the president has the power to declare state of emergency. But does he have the power to suspend the governor? Okay. Yeah, and there's nothing like that. So it's not to say what I expect. What you see when you say declare state of emergency, to do what? To ensure peace. What is the essence of the peace? What is it? Security. Provide more security in that state. That is the essence, and you can do it against the law. By probably the way we are looking at it is, before now, by our law, military personnel are not supposed to be involved in civil activities in the states. Because we are used to it, and seeing them being involved in arresting people and doing all that, we thought it's normal. So the abnormal thing, that emergency that we're talking about, extraordinary thing we're talking about here, is to bring in army into the system and then work to ensure security. That's one of the emergency situation they're talking about. That's the way that's allowed. So and the issue here is security. Let them assume and admit that there's security in the university. Who is the commander in chief of armed forces? Whose responsibility is it to provide security in the country? Is it the governor? Just because we had one bomb blast or whatever in River State. Now today we see
pipeline, they blow pipeline.
And there was no investigation, there was nothing. Nothing went for 24 hours. You say you are declaring state of emergency. There's no investigation that confirmed that look, this pipe vandalization was because of so thing. Was because of this. You don't know. You just saw, there was just a news that there was vandalization of pipeline, and then you say because of that you are declaring state of emergency. Again, watching the part, and I'm even embarrassed and surprised that the respected general is also coming up to say the essence of that emergency is to save the governor from being impeached. Well, hello. When has impeachment become an offense?
A crime or a sin? Okay.
When has it become an offense to impeach a governor if the governor has done the wrong thing? Why are you not allowing them to use the law to achieve what they want to achieve if they are going to do it in the right way?
Okay.
For me, I think it's a game plan.
Okay, let's take this from this angle before we start picking calls. Sorry, we'll be picking your calls pretty soon. This is a video. Okay, I don't know. I merged the video together. I don't know, Ima, if you do justice to, help me fast forward the video a little bit. Now, this is a conversation where Fubara was asking the wife of River's ex-head of service, George Nwaeke, of course, in the conversation, asking why did he cook up such lies against him. Ima, if you can get the video by fast forwarding, you can bring it back to us and let's just continue discussing. Please take it away. We'll be right back.
Nigerians are the beneficiary of the declaration of state of emergency rule in River State, and not Governor Fubara. Neither is it our former minister, Chief Nwaeke. Finally, I wish to call on Mr. President to urge the civil administrator to step up his guards and be very vigilant, because I am aware of the sinister arrangements and dastardly plans to continue to hatch their plans if not put in check. This accounts for the organized media condemnations and seeming public outcry against Mr. President and National Assembly. Those who love democracy, those who love River State, those who love development in any ramification, and those who love humanity in general will always protect humanity and democracy. Mr. President, sir, you have just protected democracy and humanity in River State. You are a hero in River State. Thank you, sir. I can now sleep, having cleared my conscience. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live River State. This is personally signed by me, Dr. George Nwaeke, FCA, MNI, former head of service of River State. Thank you and God bless you.
Is that governor?
Yes, yes.
You know, my husband is in trouble.
What happened?
He went to Abuja this morning. I remember he said his friend Ogini from Abuja called him. My husband is in trouble. I can't get this so. I can't get this so. My husband is in trouble. My husband is in trouble. All his friends have finished off. My husband is in trouble.
No, madam, I don't know. I saw something this evening that they cried media this thing. So I'm even surprised that.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. I don't know, but he's the first time they have killed him. I don't know if he's alive. But I have me.
All right. Okay. No problem. No. It's okay.
Chief, very quickly, I just want to ask you, what do you see to that call?
It's just drama. It's just drama that will go away with time. There's nothing serious that any security. DSS know what is at stake. The police know what is at stake. They know that it's part of the drama in River State. And like I said, he has also, this kind of drama has also happened in Imo State. It has also happened in Anambra State and other states. So this will go away. It's part of it. Give it 3 weeks. We'll be confronted with another scenario. Maybe very soon they will find some people who confess that it was Fubara that gave them money. This is money. They have not touched the money. This is the money that Fubara gave to them to go and bomb the pipeline. So it's part of the plot. It's part of.
Would that be the reason why? Because the police or the agencies realize that in the drama, that be the reason why nobody is doing it.
That's why I'm telling you that they all know that
I
this is
that the wife.
No.
Maybe she was feeling. Maybe she was feeling. I'm going to be picking calls.
But so I'm also asking myself why was
maybe she's actually really scared.
Why was governor even
somebody that not call you scared? Somebody that after your that say I am safe. Maybe like somebody said to me, said man is being kidnapped by some ladies in Abuja. So
okay, let me quickly pick this call. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you speak up? Okay, I can't hear anything. Speak another one. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, please reduce the volume of your TV set. Thank you.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, thank you very much. So what's your name and where are you calling from?
Mr. Dano from Lagos.
Okay, please go ahead, we'll listen.
I'm very happy for the program. The map, I know the two gentlemen, they are really a professional of the investigator. So they have what to transfer. A weakness testing team. Where are you reading but I did yourself on all these sections? And you call And when Abuja knew that at the end of service, the witness evil almost passed for him. He did not confess. Now, today, he went to Abuja and now confessed where I'm sleeping with a thief. The man cannot sleep well. Because as the stage that he is, he's supposed to maintain the truth. Why living your own road for that God to Abuja? And the reason that the wife do not know the movement of the husband, that now make that for the government to the governor. You don't understand Nigeria? I don't understand Nigeria position. So for not about 50 years, something is done what we do. They are starting lying. Okay, when I go to talk to you, but what I know, no matter how many years you spend on this earth, we are going to give our thanks ourselves to God. That was I believe. God bless you. That's my solution.
All right, thank you very much for that one. Okay, so we have, let's pick another call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is calling from Lagos.
Okay, all right. Please go ahead, Abdullah.
Yeah, well, what I think, give us I think people have to know what is good for them. But God has in that vision, I don't need to do. I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's be calls. Hello. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Frank.
You are?
I'm from Lagos.
Lagos. Okay, I don't know your network. Maybe have to shift from that area so we don't have broken conversation. So please go ahead. We're listening to you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes. When I joined yesterday, I don't even know what to say. Why did he leave? And don't try to put and the best my wife is saying that because the other commissioner under me called him up. He should come to Lagos. And the election is told the husband, and he said almost 4 days that we married husband, the line was fixed up. So all these things are just planned. That's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Well, a lot of people are actually reacting to her phone call and not what we're really talking about, but they're all still within each other. So my question I'm going to ask, let me ask you, Barrister, because of our time, and that's where we have to draw the curtain, is that call really necessary? Or is call is necessary, let's just say it's necessary, but during that call to, publicize it and then trying to question the wife on why her husband made such allegations against him. Do you think it's a wise thing to do?
That's why we say it's not drama. When you are doing drama, they must be the producer of the drama in Abuja, one university, university. So in other words, I hope you say for me to say the producer of the drama you are seeing in Abuja is that of the university. And the university minister, why that of the university? So definitely they are producing that must report for it, must see it, must sell it, must market it. So and that's what they are doing. So as far as I'm concerned, we're not serious. And you see, we are having this discussion because we have security agencies who are not doing they're doing their job where it should be done. Imagine that call is being made by that allegations are being made by somebody unknown person or whatever. Imagine where that person will be today.
Right.
Okay. Nothing is being done. Nothing. And the man is very himself.
Abuja.
One of the 5 best outlets. And he has been a serious allegation against a sitting governor. Suspended the governor of the state. But I don't even know how to call it because I don't know whether we have a governor that is suspended. So that's why when you ask me a question that time, whether I see a decision or not, I can't answer. Because I'm not, there's no provision in the law that's about suspension. So if there's no suspension of the governor, you can't tell me whether or not for suspended. But my own interpretation as a layman is that once we are suspended, as a governor. That means you're not, at that time, you're not a governor.
Governor, of
So
course.
you will not cover it. That's my own
definition of what's going on.
What the legality that is going on.
Okay.
Because all the things that's going on in university regarding emergency, as far as I'm concerned, all the legalities and everything that we're doing, that have been done. Sorry, on top of that, we also be legality. You cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we have a message from someone. This one says, this is Bamdik from Bariga, Lagos. He said, Fubara must know that he's not above the law. Okay, I do not know where that statement is coming from. But anyways, to wrap up the show, very quickly as regards to what
I feel that in the end, the truth will come out. You can only suppress it, but in the end, it will surface. Today, the chief junta of the 1993 elections came out to say, yes, indeed, after several years, indeed, Abiola won the election, right? So, in the end, all of this
somehow
it will come to the fore. And people, there's consequences for bad behavior. There's consequences for good behavior. And I believe that someday, the key actors in this drama, whether they are protagonists or they are antagonists, someday their end will come.
Okay, on that note, we'll just wrap up and say one day, like they said, there's nothing hidden under the sun. We get to know what this is, and hopefully there will be an update to this.